Hey guys, Cornerstone's kit dropped, so let's go and check it out. Her passive says, while Cornerstone is on the field, all allies gain Feasibly Study, and Cornerstone gains Trial and Error Log. Let's check out what that means. Feasibly Study says that when attacked, reduces damage taken. The reduced damage amount is stored by Cornerstone as Trial and Error Log. Trial and Error Log is, when other allies execute a counterattack, it adds reality damage. And so what that means, let me explain that real quick. Every time one of our teammates or ourselves we would be attacked, then we would gain a buff. We call this buff Trial and Error Log. And the more and more we stack that buff, the more and more reality damage we deal with counterattacks. That's it in a nutshell. So her insight number 1 says, every time an ally takes an extra action, Cornerstone grants herself a buff called Creative Iteration. Creative Iteration increases the counterattack damage bonus and incantation might. If that extra action that one of your allies would take is a counterattack, the stacks gained are increased, the stacks of Creative Iteration. After accumulating a certain amount of those stacks, Cornerstone grants herself a buff called Design Upgrade. We wanna stack this Design Upgrade buff as much as possible because it will make our ultimate more potent. Her insight number 3 says, Self-ultimate does not count towards the ally's spell dock limit. When entering battle, Cornerstone increases her Moxie. Self's overflowing Moxie is temporarily stored. At the end of the round, if Self Moxie has remaining capacity, it is replenished. Okay, now let's go and check out her actual incantations. Those incantations are, her incantation number 1 is an attack, and her incantation number 2 is a counter. Her incantation number 1 is called Constructive Practice, and what it does is, it's a one-target attack that deals reality damage. If in review process status, this attack additionally deals reality damage and critical damage is increased. This attack counts as a counterattack. More onto what review process status is in just a second when we talk about her incantation number 2. This is what her incantation number 1 looks like. So moving into her incantation number 2 called Figureground Relationship. That is a counter. You enter the review process status and you grant yourself a stack of Creative Iteration. Review process status means after the enemy round ends, Cornerstone releases review feedback to attack the enemy. Review feedback is a mass attack that deals reality damage to all enemies. You grant yourself a stack of Design Upgrade. You increase yourself's Moxie. You will clear all the Trial and Error Log stacks that you have, and based on the cleared value, this incantation number 2, or the review feedback, the mass attack, will deal additional reality damage. So very simple and straightforward. We want to get attacked by our opponent. We will take reduced damage from this. Every time we get attacked, we grant ourselves a buff of Trial and Error Log. Then we want to activate our incantation number 2, and we will attack at the end of the turn. Based on the stacks of Trial and Error Log this incantation number 2 consumes, we will deal more and more damage. Very easy. Then we enter a status, of course, called Review Process. Once we are in a status, we want to spam our incantation number 1 as much as possible. Very easy and straightforward. This is what incantation number 2 looks like. The review process is what that was, of course. You perform a mass attack at the end of the turn. Okay, let's check out her ultimate called Foundations of Tomorrow. We enter a status called Delivery Process. Delivery Process makes it so that while this status lasts, Feasibly Study's damage reduction effect is increased, we take less damage. And review process will not trigger, so we will be able to get more stacks of it. After the enemy's rounds ends, Cornerstone releases delivery feedback to attack an enemy. Delivery feedback is also a mass attack that deals reality damage to all enemies and you increase your moxie. Clears all, as well, also clears all trial and error log stacks, and based on how many stacks you have consumed, this attack additionally deals reality damage. You will consume these design upgrade stacks to further increase your attack's reality damage, ultimate might and penetration rate. Otherwise, you would grant yourself a design upgrade buff stack in case you wouldn't have any. This attack counts as a counter attack and it extends the duration of review process. This is what it looks like. Okay, and yeah, that's about Cornerstone. It is very simple, right? You wanna gain some stacks here of design upgrade. You wanna get attacked to stack up on trial and error, right? All of these stacks you will pretty much gain just passively by mainly your opponents attacking you. You will take less damage, your entire team will take less damage. You're gonna activate your channels, aka your counter stances, and then you're gonna attack at the end of the turn with multiple different things. That's basically it. So what it comes down to, what you really need is you need teammates that perform counterattacks. That's basically it. So this is a character designed to be played together with the newly established Euphoria update for Jay. That is Jay's partner in crime. And yeah, that's literally about it. One more thing I can add is that I have already made the prediction of this character being a must skip, and that holds true. Look, for the entire duration of Reverse1999's existence, it is always the case that per version we have a maximum of one must pull character that is newly released. In no version ever in the entire history of Reverse1999 did it happen that we get two must pull characters in one version. The two new characters we always only pull for one, if even that. And with the revelation of Ever Echo, that is the sustain character for the newly introduced instrument archetype in the 3rd anniversary, she is gonna be the must pull in this very version 3.8 here. So it is only a logical assumption to make that Cornerstone will be a must skip, and here we are. This character is an absolute must skip. This is only for people that are hardcore fans of Jay and want to play him no matter what. Matter or not how good he is, doesn't matter. If you want to play Jay no matter what, then you can consider pulling for Cornerstone. Is that recommended? Absolutely not. This is a must skip no matter how you look at it. And there we go, guys. I hope that video was fun and informative. If you like Reverse1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.